Well, welcome everybody to the first episode of our Finalist Spectacular for this year's Mergemasters competition. Casper,
Finalists,
you
yeah.
excited?
I'm excited. Everyone's excited.
Good. Oh, everybody
Soundboard's
else is excited too. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Still in front of a live audience today. That's nice.
Energy.
That's good. Ooh. So
Yeah.
today's a special occasion because we have guests that you can't see,
I guess, yeah.
which
Yeah,
I'm sure you're more familiar with that than I am.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't. I mean, what do you mean? I see you right now. You're there, and then there, and
Everybody's all accounted for.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so tonight we got Alec Sandor, Blaster Arms, 360i, Mr. Peep, and Mystic. We're not doing it by classes because we just want to make it a little bit easier for everyone. So it's whoever
It's kind of
wanted to
scheduling
come up
nightmare
with
last
it.
time, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we got 5 people today. Out of the which we counted, and I miscounted the first time. Out of the 19 finalists.
Which is pretty good. That's
Yeah.
about what we had last year. And I know we had a couple people that really were anticipating finishing, and then just stuff came up because sometimes stuff
Life
comes
happens.
up.
Yeah.
And so there's no getting around that. But we still have plans for giving those people a chance to be showcased later on. Just that way we can still kind of follow the completion of the projects as they do develop eventually. But today is about the people who made it on that deadline.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Even though it was delayed a tiny bit, but that's okay.
Delayed.
It worked out all right for everybody.
Yeah, it gave some people some breathing room, which is good. Yeah. So, and I'm hoping the people who are in our waiting room are listening, because I just realized I didn't set up an easy way to communicate with you guys, but that's okay.
Hey, still, that's not bad.
Just to, because I know Mystic said the sooner the better, but he's flexible. But I also know Alec is in Sweden, so it is currently time in Sweden 2 a.m. So we're probably gonna go Alec first, and then Mystic.
Get him done so we can go to bed or
Yeah.
go back to bed, whichever the case may be.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have all that. Also, how do we sound? Do we sound okay?
I'm hoping we sound all right.
Yeah.
It looks like we're making noise on our end, but if that's making it through all of the tubes to the U, then that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Or do we just, without warning, just grab Alec and drag him in real quick?
Alex, you don't want to go over like all the basic stuff first, or you want to?
I don't know. Basic stuff we could really drag that out quite a while. What kind of basic stuff do you have in mind?
Just remember, voting will start at after the last stream. I'm gonna say it's gonna start Sunday night because I'm gonna be the one I'm gonna be manually posting it. So voting will be Sunday night, and it's gonna go till, and I have a schedule to look at to actually tell us when it's gonna go to. Voting's going to go till May 12th. So
and basically we'll begin like the instant, like at the end of the Sunday stream. Basically we'll say, okay, here, go live right now, go vote, good night. So that's, be sure you're sticking around for Sunday stream to get your first votes in.
Exactly. That will all be posted same as last year using the Google Forms. Really simple. And everyone's welcome to vote. So share it around.
Share it around.
Exactly.
And share it on either your Facebook groups, post it on your Instagrams and whatever else. Just kind of throw it around. If you have a fan base, then I guess that gives you a little bit of an advantage. As long as everybody's only voting once, and that should be part of the stipulation of the Google Doc thing. That should prevent any kind of shenanigans.
Yeah. No, zero shenanigans. No, this is super serious. Super serious. But it's also, one thing to stipulate is if you're going to vote for all the classes. We had that 99% last year, but we had a few people who just voted for one class. Vote for all of them. Yeah. That way it does balance out if you share it around. You go, hey, Grandma, go vote for that. Then it's all good. And then she goes, I don't know, these look weird than the blasters are back in my day. But yeah. Yeah, and
Even if you are sharing, for like a YouTube audience, or if you got, followers or whatever, and they're voting for you as they should as supportive followers or whatever,
mhm.
yeah, make sure that they're still voting for the other classes, just, to show support for everybody and to give everybody a little bit of exposure and, you know, make it all
Exactly.
nice and fair and all that.
Yeah. And yeah, and as we'll keep stipulating to the rest of today, tomorrow, and Sunday, share it around. This is the best way to advertise Merge Masters because people just go, "Oh, that's really cool. I'm gonna vote on that because I have an opinion." And then they go, "Well, I kind of want to take part in it because I want to be the one voted on." And then they might show up next year.
Yeah, well, in fact, we got one yesterday, day before, a new member of the Discord that just popped in and said, "Hey, I saw this, getting shared around, and I want to
Yeah,
participate. Bummer, I missed this year, but I want to learn more." So that's really
exactly.
cool that we have a number of first-time integrators this year, and it looks like we're going to have another one, at least one next year. So yeah, let's get out and
Yeah,
share the word around a little bit. It sounds like we're going to have some people representing Merge Masters in general at Maryland Mayhem and End War, and we're definitely going to try to be out to Ragfest. And so if you have other events in your area that you want to kind of spread the word at, then we'd be more than happy to, I don't know, give you a high five, allow you to use the
yeah,
logo, I don't know, stuff like that.
yeah.
Whatever's
Whatever you
gonna
need.
help get the word out.
There's gonna be I'm gonna make a QR code for the voting forms, so you can just shove it in their face, and then that way they can just scan it, vote on their phones, and it's all good.
Nice.
Yeah, super easy. But yeah, then yeah. Without further ado, should we drag in Alec?
We should.
Yeah. All right. So we're dragging Alec. Here we go. Let's see if I do this correctly.
Welcome, welcome.
Hello.
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 How's it going?
Good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Early
good.
morning.
Yeah. Morning, evening, all that good stuff. So how you doing?
Well, 2 a.m., right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome.
Yep. Oh, I can hear myself. So the only thing I will ask, man, is if you can mute the stream. So because we hear you through your mic, we hear us through your mic.
Yeah. Sorry. It's
No,
a bit of a delay also, so
Yeah, now you're in the future. 'Cause
yeah.
now you're talking some real time. Yeah, there's a bit of stream delay, and then of course where you are, it's going to be delayed a little bit more. But yeah. So I guess we'll have you go into. Let's see if I've set this all up correctly. I can just go like this, and bam.
I want to hear too. What the bro?
So
We got guests.
oh,
Nice.
we got guess. But yeah, so tell us inspiration. What how did you start with this? How did you start with
Well, should you take a minute to introduce yourself
Yeah.
and who you are and why to our greater audience?
yeah. Who are you?
Well, I'm Alexander, or I tend to use Nerf Yandere. I'm a Swedish-based Nerfer. I'm due to being a high-functioning schizophrenic, I can't work. So nerfing, among some other smaller hobbies, are basically my work therapy.
Okay.
Interesting.
And my lovely wife kind of often compares me to Tony Stark in Iron Man 3, where he starts to have a panic attack, and suddenly the little kid tells him, "Why don't you build a thing?" And then suddenly the panic is gone, and he has a handle of the situation. I I be I work through tougher things, to not use any adult language,
Mm-hmm.
with my hands. So when when she told me she was pregnant for about 10 years ago, I was silent for a whole day until I had built together the whole new apartment. We just had moved in. Every new furniture.
Fair enough.
After
So,
that, I was able to talk about it because
yeah.
I had worked through the shock.
So you gotta build. Yeah, you gotta build things to work. So you gotta work with your hands to work with things. I get that.
It's a
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of a healthy and productive coping mechanism.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. So
yeah.
what was your so going into this? So what was your? We saw your original photos. Did you have like?
Yeah.
Was that vision like so? What was your thought of getting started with this? Did you have a vision going in, or did you
First
have
of
more?
when they released the Fortnite flare gun or flare blaster, I felt that the handle was it was such a shame that a handle like that was on a blaster that I wouldn't say unusable, but
unworthy anyway.
unpractical.
Yeah.
And a few years ago, I saw a guy in Japan, I think, who integrated a strong arm and hammer shot to varying success performance-wise. And after that, I saw, I think it was Blasted D or some fellow in Germany that designs 3D printed parts and posts a lot on Instagram.
Hmm.
He designed a shell-fed cylinder for a strong arm,
Okay.
and I guess I'm not the only one that would like a hammer primed cylinder fed blaster with a pop out cylinder.
Yeah.
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 So Nerf wouldn't make it, so I decided I would make it myself.
Yeah.
Very
That's
good. Very
I
good.
mean that's what we do, right? You go, I want this. This doesn't exist. Well, I guess I got to make it.
Make it happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make it so.
I guess so. Yeah. And I mean, we're just jumping ahead a little bit, but the way you set up the cylinder was just it's so nice. It's so with the how it all drops out and everything. I'm gonna zoom in. But kind of take us through the process of how you what pieces you decide to use, or you mentioned what pieces you decide to use from each one because you wanted that hammer fed. But as you
It went far
integrated,
beyond that.
yeah,
As far as beyond the basic components. When did the blaster start speaking to you, and the rest of the shape coming into shape?
A big part of the planning was comparing the internals to each other. Both most of the hammer prime blasters that I'm aware of have a internal tray, so to say. You can lift them up. The plunger tube and the triggers and everything is not a part of the blaster, but a separate tray. And when I realized this strong arm also has an internal tray, I started to compare and see, can I get the cylinder mechanism to fit under the plunger tube? And in my little brain, after comparing and measuring and stuff, I thought it should be possible.
yeah,
And after moving last year, I still haven't found my hammer shots. So a 6SH it was, and I kind of actually liked more the how it didn't have the top rail, but instead was the kind of rounded off thing, and without the long barrel extension that no one even uses.
Hmm.
Uh, I've had quite a vision that could make it could fit into the cyberpunk fanfic I had in my head, and I think I've stated before that my inspiration was I can't remember the exact definition, but the Blade Runner blaster.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Blade Runner.
Uh, the one Deckard uses, not the new one that
The old
Ryan Gosling uses.
Yeah. The old
That gun, if you play Fallout, I think it's called that gun
Okay.
in the Fallout games. But yeah, the whole thing with the cylinder hidden inside something that blends into the blaster was very much inspired from it. I think they used it was Bulldog revolver or something called
Yeah.
when they built that one for the prop for the movie. And I've actually had a lot of conversation with fans of sci-fi and such, and didn't even realize that that blaster actually is a revolver.
Hmm.
Yeah. No. Yeah. A lot of the prop makers for like the so I was trying to find the name. I think it's LAPD 19 or 2019 is the name of the quote unquote prop name for that Blade Runner pistol. And yeah, if you actually see prop makers, they don't know it's a revolver. They don't realize that there's like a whole mechanism where the revolver part pops out. And I mean, yeah, when you first started saying that you're going to cover it and everything, that's kind of what immediately popped in my mind was the old Harrison Ford and Blade Runner pistol, and I'm just like, yeah,
Yeah,
Cool.
and the original vision was to make a mold of the scales and cast them in clear resin as well as a sort of homage, but money and time constraints.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I had to find another solution, and thankfully my wife did some fancy artwork on not just the scales, most of the detail,
yeah. No,
most
the
all of the
detail looks great.
details
Your wife's a pretty good
is
artist.
yeah. Uh, we are a lot of people who tell her that, but a lot of neurodivergent people, compliments can be a hard thing to listen to.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
talented. Damn it, we swear you're talented. The internet thinks you're talented.
not, not that I know anything about that. No, 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 no.
Yeah,
Imposter syndrome and everything. Yeah.
nah.
Well, you
You
guys
do
certainly
good
teamed up
work.
and made a pretty cool thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
My dear mother is trying to petition us to start a company together to I build the blasters and she paints them.
yeah. Go for it.
Oh, fun.
So
So yeah, that artwork is just phenomenal. Is that all? Is that all just like hand painted? Was it like? Did she sketch it out first, or was it all just take a paintbrush and go?
no, she used. Do you know what Posca pens are?
Posca
Acrylic pens.
pens. Acrylic pens.
She's
Okay.
telling me beside me here. It's kind of like a fancy, artsy sharpie
Mm-hmm.
that instead of that you can paint uh, with the finesse of a pen, but with the paint of a brush.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
Very
nice.
nice.
And
Yeah.
she's gone through, I think, 4 or 5 different manufacturers, and this was the last brand she got.
Mhm.
It was a no-name Chinese brand, but for the price, she was very happy, and I think it looked really good.
Yeah.
Came out pretty nice, I think.
Oh yeah. It came out great. Love it, and it's just because it all ties it together. You have the rust weathering, you have the eye on the scale, which works well with the Yandere
Eyes,
theme.
since they aren't symmetrical. The eyes on the scales are two different eyes.
Hmm.
One is has the eye looking forward, and the other has the eye
Looking
looking
back.
to the side.
Fair enough.
Interesting.
I mean, it looks great. I mean, so was that like so that was a design choice or?
The name of the gun or the project was meant to be yours.
Hmm.
And I don't know how many nerfers are into musicals, but there's an old 80s high school movie called Heathers
Hmm.
that around 10 years ago or so got a musical adaptation. And there's a song in that adaptation that's called Meant to Be Yours. And, well, it's basically a song Amelie Yandere sings
Ah.
to sum it all up. And I think I've shared on the server that I got the kanji for Yandere tattooed on my left hand.
Yeah. No.
Because,
I've seen
well,
that. I've seen that a couple times in your pictures.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can identify with the stereotype because, well, mental illness and being in
Hmm.
love and
Yeah.
such. So she took inspiration from that and kind of from a tattoo she's currently designing, working on for me to complete the hand.
Nice. Very cool. Well, do
Oh,
you have like you want to give us like a quick vote for me type thing as we
Quick little pitch.
yeah, give it a
well,
little pitch.
to be honest, I'm more vote for us because I wasn't alone in this.
Team effort. We never
But
there's nothing
yeah,
in the
team effort.
rules that says you couldn't. We didn't make anything in the rules there. So, yeah, that's
Yeah.
all good. Yeah, so vote
Um,
vote for Mr. and Mrs. Alexander.
yeah, and I'm actually kind of stoked to see anyone else try to hand on this
Oh yeah, I mean
because getting inspired by others' work is kind of the getting inspired and be the inspiration is what this is all about to me.
Well,
oh
that's a
yeah.
beautiful thing is seeing people, after being exposed to cool ideas, seeing what transpires in the hobby afterwards, seeing how many people, take that idea and either run with it, replicate it, or take aspects and kind of go in their own direction with it. And so, I can definitely see certain people taking kind of a similar approach to this blaster. Not
Yeah.
only the side loading cylinder setup on a hammer shot or a hammer action blaster, but just the whole idea of the shrouded cylinder. I don't know why, but it just really grabs me, and I like that. And so I'll definitely be adding that to my list.
Yeah, and use your demolisher launchers.
Yeah.
Oh
What
yeah,
else?
there's some
What
good
else
real
are you gonna
estate
use them
there.
for?
I've thrown a couple of those things away, and now I feel bad.
It's prime plastic. I mean, we just didn't realize it. But yeah.
Or like my wife just said, they were donating to him because he used them all the freaking time.
we can figure out how to cheaply ship it from the U.S. to Sweden, we'll definitely
Ooh.
do that.
Yeah, thank you, Trump.
All good. But yeah, no, thanks for jumping on. It's
You're
appreciated.
staying up late
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah, thanks for
No,
staying
no,
up
no,
late for
no
us. That's a
problem.
really huge thanks for that. But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll vote for. So vote for Alexander with meant to be your Yandere's meant to be yours. Great blaster.
Yeah.
Team effort.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And hope to see you in the next couple of days. Pop in and say hi on our little streams. And best of luck in the meantime.
Yeah. Best of luck to everyone else too.
All right, and we'll just
Thanks.
go. Boop.
All right.
I almost accidentally dragged you out.
Oh, geez, don't do that.
Let me do this.
I mean, I know you've been wanting to run the show by yourself, but geez,
My show now.
let down a little bit. You're not that
Yeah.
far off. All right. Well,
yeah, it was good. Got a little backstory. Got a little figure out what to do, and I see. He never. I think he mentioned it a few times, but that's also what he said. Is like when it was the Deckard pistol from Blade Runner. I'm like, yeah. When he first did the drop out set, I'm like, oh, I see that. Huge Blade Runner fan. I too dream of electric sheep. But next up, we have.
You're gonna drag Mystic One in.
I will drag Mystic One in once I get his thing.
This was officially a warning. We're not gonna catch him off guard.
No.
That's a fun part of dragging people in.
Yeah. Okay, Mystic One. And dragging Mystic One in. Hello.
Welcome, and good evening. We're not gonna catch him off guard.
No.
It's our voices.
Well, not again.
I don't want to hear myself. I just do that much is already in video editing.
Are we fixed?
Can you hear us?
I can't hear. I can't hear
Hey,
me.
guys.
Hey, how's it
Hey.
going?
It's just you. Great. Well, thanks for
Hey,
coming on.
Thank you. Hell yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no.
Our pleasure. So, you have some
yeah.
explaining to do.
Yep. Who
You've
are
been showing
you?
off these cool pictures for the last 3 months, and we want to hear straight from the source. Well, for one thing, who you are and what you're doing, and where did you come up with the idea for? Sorry, I feel like I'm gesturing to Castor. I'm actually gesturing to my screen where the image is.
Yeah.
Sorry. Carry on.
No worries. Yeah, hell yeah. Well, I'm Mystic One, and I'm kind of a high-functioning ADHDer, so this is one of my many fun outlets and great outlets, and it helps build my confidence. I love this competition. I have a lot of fun, so it's helped me like engage with my local Nerf community as well. So
Awesome.
it's that's pretty much that, you know.
Yeah. Who's your local Nerf community, if you don't mind us asking?
I'm off in Colorado, in Denver, with the. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. Say it's. I only know
What's
one
your group out
Colorado
there?
group out of Denver, and so if there's only one, I'm assuming I know who they are.
Yeah, there's two, and I'm kind of part of both of them, but there's a lot of the same people in both of them. There's a Rocky Mountain Foam League and the 5280 Dart League too.
Yeah. Yeah, 5280 is the one I was familiar with. Rocky Mountain Film League. I'll have to look that up.
2 groups must be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a server for them on Discord as well, so definitely
Nice.
join up.
Nice.
Cool.
So, what was your inspiration? How'd you start this?
So after last year, I won all those awesome parts for a recon from you.
Yeah.
And I wanted to use them, and I love it. I'm like, I've been loving it. And then I've always loved the Judge Dredd, that lawgiver. So it really made me. I was just sitting, looking at pieces together and having like a bunch of options in my head. Then when that Maverick went on top of the recon, well, I'm sorry, I love the skeletonized handle, that modulus handle. Also used it on Medusa last year. I love that handle. It just matched up perfect. Then when I laid the cut that Maverick piece off just like by looking at the pieces and laid it on top. I'm like, oh yeah, that matches up a little too nice. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
had to put it on there. And yeah, so that's kind of how it started. And then found that I had the side plates kind of organized together from the long shot and the module and I think it's the vortex, and
Mhm.
got that kind of lined up. And then when I saw that, I was like trying to find the right piece to merge the bottom of the Recon to the front part of the Maverick.
Mhm.
And when I was just like, when in doubt, grab a deploy. Either grab a Maverick or grab a deploy.
Oh,
Put
And
that
that
on
was
a shirt. That needs to be tattooed on almost every nerfer.
yeah, when in doubt, just grab a deploy because there's some weird part on there that'll work for something. But I love that modulus handle, the skeletonized part. I love just the way it kind of came together. And then the crossbolt piece was to cover up where I had to drop out for the battery, and I'm loving it. I was able to keep the slide operational off the Maverick, so there's a racking slide for it. I think that in the
Oh, the
video,
slide actually racks? Oh.
not
I
the
didn't,
whole piece, just the
yeah.
top part.
But
I
you can
probably
still
should
get
put
the
a video. Yep, it's just
yeah.
the feel, and it
Yeah.
moves, and it's if you yeah, just above that like whole long shot piece is like connected to the blaster, but on
Mhm.
top of it, if you scroll down to some other pictures, you'll see that I put the Maverick slide back on. I just chop part of it, and yeah, it actually rats just because it's fun.
Oh. Okay, I
Nice.
thought you just had that on there just because it is a nice looking piece, but yeah, to maintain the functionality is super cool.
Yeah, and I think I did it in the video where I shot it and put the flashlight, because I also put a light into that bottom part of the on the part of the deploy. So because in that
Oh,
video
nice.
where I shoot, you see me flick on the light on and off. I like rack it, then I flick on the light on and off, and so it all worked out pretty well. So I forgot where I was going with that. So
All good. Oh, I'm just scrolling through all your pictures as you're talking, trying to match the stuff up. But yeah, no, it's I'm trying to find that firing video. Oh yeah, that's when you rack it.
it's the last video I think in that
Yeah.
section of them. But yep.
Whoa.
But yeah,
Stop. I have to interrupt real quick.
Yeah.
Is that a reversed magazine? Like, is that an angled magazine leaning forward, or is that just a weird angle on the picture?
it's just a weird angle on the picture.
Oh, dang it. Okay. It looked like it was like an angled mag that was like sliding, like going forward out of the blaster. I was super excited for just a minute. Sorry for interrupting.
No worries.
I'm excited about that. I'm just that racking right in the beginning. I just keep playing. I'm just like, yeah. I don't know. I like that. It's just a. What does it do? It makes the sound. What else does it do? That's it.
It feels good.
Exactly.
ASMR for real. It makes
Oh,
it
yeah.
feel good. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, and use the black piece of PVC for the barrel, and that's a lot of it. You know, that Talon Mag like 3D printed mod that you made, Caster, works really well for this. So with the dual stage, so I'm gonna end up making it dual stage soon.
I'm
so.
glad you like it. I mean, yeah, you and Mystic, you and
Gale Force.
Gale Force. I was gonna say you
Or
and Mystic, but that'd be
no, Gale.
yeah.
Gale Wolf.
You
Gale
and
Wolf.
Gale Force.
Sorry.
I know names. Thank
Yep.
you. Yeah.
There we go.
Because I'm staring at his name right on as I'm looking through the Discord stuff. So it's like, no, him. So I got to say a name. Brain's like, well, you see a name in front of you. You got to say that name. I mean, like you're talking with them. But yeah, no, it's
Now, you say the crossbolt piece covers up the battery compartment? Is that what you said, or did I not hear that right?
No, you're correct. That those 3 bolts on the front of the muzzle come out and have like little muddle nuts in there, and then I slide the battery in and out of right there, and
nice.
right behind that crossbolt piece.
So it just gave you a little extra clearance?
Yeah, because like I had to cut away, I had to cut part of it away in order for the battery to fit. So yeah, it just gives me the extra room and makes it look pretty. So
It does. Makes it look really good. Yeah. And yeah, but you and Gale are the first two to use that, and it's still technically a prototype piece. And I'm glad it's working out so well for you guys. It's you've done it way more justice than it deserves.
Hey,
that
I can't. Oh, sorry.
there you go. Yeah.
No, I can't wait to get the motors and a couple more asteroid wheels and actually make her dual stage all the way because I'm looking forward to that.
Oh
So,
yeah.
That's
And
and
really
you,
cool.
the hyperdrive is cool. That was my first time like wiring up a MOSFET and wiring onto and soldering onto circuit boards and doing the little pulse board. So that was really cool and it's working great. So
nice.
Well, you're able to pack that into a really small space. There's really
Yeah.
no extra room in there anywhere.
yeah,
So that's pretty
it's
impressive in itself.
thank you. Yeah, it was a lot to get to fit, and but it all works pretty well. I was able to get it to work. So,
Got it all in. Yeah. Works
and
for
I
Ollie.
use that 3D printing pen to use some pink filament and make little screw ports into the solenoid mount. And so I'm able to screw them into there, and it just fits just perfect.
That's
So
what
just
that
barely.
is.
Ooh,
Nice.
man, that little pen, that's it really opens up a lot of
pen's going a long
little
way.
opportunities like that for modifying existing printed
ABS.
parts and interesting.
Yeah. No,
Man,
it's
that and those gopher teeth are some of my favorite tools. Don't get me wrong, the Dremel is too. I love my Dremel. But between that 3D pen, the 3D pen, you can just, it's plastic hot glue essentially. So you can just stick parts together, snip it off if you don't like it. So yeah, I don't know. I love that thing. So,
It's the anti-Dremel.
yeah.
right.
No,
Oh, yeah.
it's. I mean, yeah. I mean, you do great work with it. It's yeah. Some of the parts that you just kind of fuse together, you wouldn't even notice. So it's
Well, and
it's
I like how
amazing.
you're talking about how much you like the modulus grip, and I couldn't help but notice when you posted, was it this morning or yesterday, on in the Discord, where you had it up next to Medusa, and it looks like they're very much from a shared universe. It just, as far as the aesthetics go, and the shared grip and everything, just looks very, just looks right, just looks
Yeah.
comfortable, it looks correct.
I'm glad. Yeah, I wanted them to kind of look like they could be a pair, but not. So
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to be.
definitely
You know.
unique, have their own individual personality, but yet still look like they, like I said, like a shared universe kind of thing. So,
Yeah,
no,
it
very
would
nice.
it'd be a matching, like a almost like coordinated loadout type thing. You got your sidearm and you got you got like your primary Medusa. I mean, granted, you throw a second pair of wheels in that, then
But watch
suddenly
out.
you yell "I am the law" and it becomes a primary as well.
Yep. That's the idea. And I love that belt mount on it too. That thing is cool. It's like
I
I
love
don't
the way
know.
you set it up. It's that's just so I like purely integrated. It's so nice. It looks clean. It looks like really, if you're not really looking at it too much, it looks like it's, oh yeah, that's just like some bolts or something that was totally meant to be there. Oh no, they're magnets.
Yeah, it doesn't detract from the greater picture. It's
Yeah.
not like a compromise of the aesthetic for a little bit of functionality. It's just blends right in.
Yeah, blends right in.
I'm
That
glad.
looks
I
good.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's been a fun build to watch. I'll tell you that. Just like every time, like as soon as you had like that first picture of like it was the modulus grip on the Recon with the Maverick stuff on it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. And then it's like every post was just like, oh, just that much more exciting. Like, oh, that's a good idea. Oh, that's really good. I'm like making notes over here, and it's been quite an adventure. I've really enjoyed
write
watching
that down. Write that down.
this build.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, you want to give us a like a little spiel, a little vote for me?
Oh, hell yeah! Vote for me if you like it, and I've just enjoyed the competition. So, that just a bunch of people participate and enjoy what they see and get inspired. So hell yeah!
Yeah, yeah. So everyone should be inspired by the build. It's great. It's good. You are the law.
That's why I named it the Outlaw. I almost
Outlaw.
named it. I almost named it Valkyrie because I like that from like the Greek myths and the Viking myths. But I don't know. Just after the lawgiver inspiration, I was like, I think that's more up the alley of this one. You know?
Yeah,
Well, kind of the
yeah,
antithesis. You know, it's you're playing into the same theme more or less, but your own spin. That's kind of a fun little.
yeah.
It's always nice when the lore kind of bolsters up a blaster a little bit.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Well, I
thanks.
appreciate you guys.
No,
You guys
thanks.
are awesome.
Thanks for no. We appreciate you. These
Yeah.
competitions don't happen if you guys don't do anything. So we appreciate each and every one of you that enter. And you were here last year. You're back this year, and I want to see you next year. You don't get a choice.
If that's the plan,
Yep.
I'll
Good
be there.
deal. Looking forward to it.
All right. But
Hell yeah.
Well,
that's
thanks for stopping in for a little bit. It's nice
Yep.
to chat with you again.
Hell yeah,
Oh,
it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys.
Yep. Have a good one.
Have a good night.
You too.
All right. Yeah. No, it's
Nice.
good. Yeah. Great paint job. We have two great paint jobs so far, and it's
We just got started.
exactly just got started. Now I have to go back here, and then we go here, and now no one else mentioned time constraints, so it's I just say
Point on
we're
who's next.
yeah, it's who wants to Blasted Arms, 360i or Mr. Peep. Which of you guys want to go next? We're the first one that says me. We're gonna drag you in.
I just queue up one of their forums, and we'll just drag them in unexpected like.
Yeah, we got to give them delay. That's why you see me. If you see me move my arms around a lot, it's because that's how I know when the delay is. Because I have the stream muted, but I can still see it. So, yeah, Mystic always does a good job.
Oh yeah.
And because I'm not hearing anyone, I'm gonna drag in. I think Peep is in Gulliver, right? He moved.
Yeah, we haven't had a
over.
Gulliver yet.
Yeah, so let's switch it up a little bit. Blaster Arms will go last.
That works.
Wait, where is Peep? Peep, Mr. Peep. There he is. Yeah. So we're gonna drag in the Mr. Peep.
Nice.
There we go. Hello.
Good evening.
And now we see if he was in the bathroom. Which is just like, oh, they won't pick me. Yeah.
I couldn't figure out how to unmute myself there.
There we go.
Perfect. Well, you figured it out.
Yeah. Or did you?
Yes, I did.
Well, good deal.
Yeah.
Well, how are you?
I'm pretty good. I was actually wrapping up my other build, and I was like, oh, it's getting kind of close to stream time. I should probably get on this.
Well, good deal. What are you working on now?
So Survival Fest is having their Blaster Bash entry. So I was like, we'll try it. I've only got a month.
You can always submit your MERGEMASTERS one.
That's true. I was thinking about it, but then I was like, oh, I really could, but I've been wanting to do a Raven Zeus for a while, and I was like, all right, we'll go this.
Well, I'm glad you did, because that's been another fun one to watch. Just the last few little posts you've made on that. So that's
yeah,
been pretty nice.
So you want, but for this one, you want to give us a little who are you?
Who are you, and what do you got?
What do you got? One might even say throwback.
I'm Mr. Pete. I kind of started integrating. Well, I actually started integrating a while ago, but then fell off of it, and I had that Raven Demolisher build just sitting around. I wasn't happy with it anymore, so I was like, screw it, we're taking it apart. We're gonna restart. And then I discovered Grim making videos. I'm like, all right, we're gonna watch him while I build this stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, I've been getting back into integrations for a bit, and I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, you were here. You participated last year, right?
Yes, I participated last year, and it's still sitting up there.
That was the Centurion, right? With the striped Centurion who's clear blue one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually a Spectrum on the inside.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that was a good one. I'd like to see that one done sometime, but
it's still sitting in putty. It's sitting in putty.
But yeah, So I'm gonna scroll back to the beginning of your post, but like,
Yeah.
what was the inspiration? What
What got
well,
you here?
yeah.
I had that Magnum sitting in my bin. I got it from some lot on Facebook, and the grip was busted off of it. It was pretty ragged. I'm like, well, can't really do anything with this except for put a handle on it. And I had a busted up sling fire. I was like, well, might as well just throw the two together. I'll see if they fit in the box eventually or not. But
I figure you can't hurt either of them, right?
yeah, exactly. I mean, sling fire, it had
anymore.
internals were all a mess, and yeah.
Well, perfect.
Yeah.
It was kind of an unexpected choice. I know when you posted that, I'm thinking that's kind of a weird combination. You know, where are you going with that? And then, yeah, once it started to shape up, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, I can go with that.
Well, and it's funny you meant like I remember watching the first stream, and I was like, you mentioned the using the lever to make a lever action. I'm like, I could do something with that, and I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, it wasn't going the way I wanted. I'm like, I'll just stick with the top prime. It'll be fine. The stock looks fine the way it is.
Oh yeah.
And how I so this is always like, especially when you're adding handles and stocks, how sturdy is that from the handle to the main blaster?
It's really sturdy. I mean, I was like sanding on it around like where I puttied, and some like the shell from the Magnum itself was probably weaker than where I joined the two at.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's definitely pretty sturdy. I'm a little worried. Like the only spot I'm worried about is there was putty on the right side that didn't like fully stick down or something, so it was kind of coming up, but it was fine either way.
All right.
So how comfortable is that? Because I know it's always kind of weird putting a rifle style grip on a pistol style trigger arrangement, and so I've.
So
how is that?
I mean, comparing to a sling fire, it's definitely. I mean, I guess I just don't like the stock to begin with. Like my wrist sits at a weird angle. I don't know what it is, but it's about the same as a sling fire, I think. I personally, because I still got my wrist the same way. My fingers sit about the same. I mean, my middle finger kind of rests up on the lump, like right under the trigger guard, so that's kind of comfortable. But I mean, I think it's about the same. A little more comfy. I really like the rapid strike stock on the end. Really, it helps me shoulder it It's way easier than regular sling fire.
How were you like struck by genius? Like, how did that come to you in a dream? And it's just this is what you need to do, because it is genius.
Right.
But I don't think it's like, how'd you think of that?
I think I was just looking through the parts bin because like I knew I didn't like the sling fire stock to begin with. I was like, I'll just going through the bin. I'm like, what stock could I just throw over top of it? I'm like, I have a plethora of rapid strike stocks just sitting here. I can use this.
Perfect.
You could.
Just one of those where you're going through the parts bin, like, I need something this big. I need something this big, and just dig it. Perfect.
It fits. Yeah, it fits perfectly. It looks amazing. It looks like it feels good. Like it feels good.
No,
So that's.
Yeah, I'm really happy I put that thing on there. I mean, I don't know what other stock I would have put on there. Maybe like the Raider stock. I mean, that's still comfy. I still like the Rapid Strike stock better than the Raider stock, but I think either option would have been pretty good.
Yeah, no, I know this. I mean, honestly, maybe the Raiders. No, this option was the best option, just because it looks amazing.
Well, it wrapped around more. I think the Raider stock would have been more of kind of a butt pad, sticks to the back kind of thing. But that kind of hugs around and kind of incorporates a little bit better. No, it's super clean. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember. I can't remember which stream it was, but you mentioned a sci-fi sandwich, and I was like, yeah, that's literally that's what I thought it was. It's like. It combines like the sci-fi aesthetics of the Magnum. So you have them kind of each end. I'm like, yeah.
Just with that wooden stock in the middle, and it's it works. It works really well. It's
I was kind of worried about it in the beginning. I wasn't sure how I would keep the like wooden texture of the stock.
mm,
And I'm like, well, I mean, I guess I could just not sand it, but then I don't know how well the paint would stick. So I
Yeah.
just took a Scotch Brite. I asked about it, and someone mentioned a like one of those bristle pads. I'm like, all right, I'll try it out. And it stuck fairly well.
Nice.
yeah. No, yeah. And it looks, yeah, it looks great.
Well,
Like it's.
I don't
just
think
how
I've
you
ever
said that.
seen a Magnum painted. I think that's probably the first one I've ever actually seen. I've got two of them sitting in a box over there. I've never, and I think I mentioned it on one of the streams. Never knew there's that many little greebly details in there. But man, that
Yeah,
really
yeah. Now that you mention it, I don't
really
think
woke
I've
it
ever
up.
seen one painted myself. I don't really like I was going through it. I'm like, wow, like there's so many of these little details, like the numbers up front, the little air vent words. I mean, the ribs where that grip is at. I was like, oh, I can't just leave that the way it is now. Now that
Hmm.
I've pointed it out to myself, I have to paint those.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost
Yeah,
like you
like
put that first silver coat on and then came back and it's like, whoa, what blaster is this?
yeah,
I've never seen you before.
yeah, yep.
Yeah. This
Now it's
is this is the
It's like the
second one I've
blaster
seen
putting its glasses
painted.
on.
This is the first one I've seen painted that's functional. Because I've seen when the last one I've
Hmm.
seen painted, it just stuck. It was all stuck
Mm.
together, and it was just. And
Ugh.
that's when you said you were going to paint the drum. I'm like, I know that the drum does need to be painted. In my mind,
Oh my gosh,
the
the
drum need to
drum.
be painted, and I'm like, please work, and it works.
Yeah.
We have visual proof that it works.
Yeah,
And
it was like the first couple of rounds after I painted it. Like I assembled it all, I was operating it. It was kind of stuck here and there, so I was like, I'm just rotating the drum all around. I put some super lube on it. I'm like, this thing has got to work.
it does. It looks smooth. It looks really smooth in in your firing
Yeah,
demo.
it's definitely getting smoother than from what it was. I know if I want to run this in a war, I'm gonna have to spin the crap out of that thing or probably
Yeah.
sand it down a little bit.
Yeah, just like every night, go dump the drum for like
Right,
a week
right.
straight, and then it'll eventually wear itself out.
Just break it in, break it in.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then your weathering. I love weathering. I'm a big fan of weathering.
Mhm.
Do you do you do like their model painting before, or did you how'd you
No,
how'd,
so
how'd you
I
tackle
don't
it?
even know. So I guess I was like going into it, I'm like, all right, this is supposed to look like it's used. So before I even started like any of like adding like a wash or scraping any paint off, I took one of those Scotch Brites. I'm like, all right, if I was washing the dirt off of this, I should go in these spots and like try and scrape at it with this, like not too harsh, but so the paint kind of softens up.
Hmm.
And then after that, I just watered down some apple barrel acrylic paint, kind of just brushed it on there and then wiped it off here and there. Took a razor blade and went to the corners that I thought would get used most and got it down to like the silver and black coats.
Nice.
And you used I think in your forum post you had like Tamiya powders. Was that yours for the weathering powders?
Yes, yeah, it was from I think Hobby Lobby, that's what it was. I
Yeah.
went there. Ooh, I don't know when it was, but I was picking up some polystyrene sheet and I picked up some Rust-Oleum metallic paint, but I'm like, ooh, this kind of I was like in the model train section, I think, and it had this weathering stuff. I'm like, it'd be worth something to pick up.
Yeah. How is that? Because I've never used the Tamiya stuff. I didn't know Hobby Lobby had their own like store brand version.
Yeah,
How
yeah. So
how
I
is it
mean,
used?
it comes with like a little makeup brush, I think. I mean, it really
Little
reminds me of
spongy
like
thing?
makeup from what I've seen from my girlfriend using it. It kind of reminds me of makeup, kind of putting it on. But yeah, it kind of, if you use the brush side, it'll turn it more into like a powdery, and you can
Mhm.
kind of put it here and there. But yeah,
Hmm.
I'm liking it. I think I'll probably use it in future weather builds.
Nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, and so have you weathered something before, or is this your first time weathering?
No, so my other, my actually, yeah, my first integration, that Raven and Demolisher, I sent pictures of it, I think, in the general chat probably months ago now,
Hmm.
but I kind of like that was my first attempt at weathering, and really the only same process I used there from here was like the acrylic wash, just mixing paint with water and kind of brushing it on and wiping it off.
Yeah. So I mean, if it's your second attempt at weathering, this is phenomenal. Like,
Thank you,
good.
thank you.
yeah, it's because it's usually a lot of the problems people have with weathering is they'll do too little or they'll do too much. Because they're like,
Usually
oh,
do.
I'm gonna weather this because it's used. It's like, no, you beat the crap out of this thing to try to make it look
Right.
weathered. Which, I mean, yes, it's still weathered, but there's that fine line of just
A certain subtlety
yeah,
Yeah.
where weathering really, really works without looking overdone, and
yeah,
you're right in the neighborhood.
oh yeah, it's really really good, really good.
Yeah, I guess the more I look at it, I think I don't know where else I would have put more weathering. I think I did it that really fine line of not too much and not too little.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I completely 100% agree. 100% agree.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, do you want to give us a quick little vote for me thing, a little spiel?
Yeah, I'm really hoping a lot of other people like this. I mean, I had no idea it'd turn out like this. I'm really happy it did. So don't waste your vote. Vote on wasted fuel.
Damn,
Ooh.
it's got a tagline.
Just a little catchphrase. Heck yeah.
I was thinking of that one.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Cool.
that's Mr.
job coming
Peeps
prepared.
Wasted View. Oh, thank you so much for jumping on.
Yeah, thanks so
appreciate
much for
your time.
having me, guys.
Yeah.
Our pleasure.
All right.
You have a good night.
Yep. Good night.
Yep, you guys too. I'll be lurking.
Nice.
Oh yeah, almost moved to you again. Yeah.
We should stop doing that.
I know, crazy. Yeah. And look at us.
Well,
We're
these times
staying
we'll do
on
it and then we'll
track.
come
We're
back.
saying about 15 minutes a person. We're getting
we're
15
actually
minutes
making
a
a really good
person.
time.
Yeah.
Pretty happy so far.
I know. Look at us. Look at us being like responsible with time and everything.
We're getting better.
We're getting better. But yeah, no, I love his weathering. It's so good. Well, Blaster Arm wants to be last. So let me jump
So you
back
want to do him
over-
tomorrow then?
Jump back over here. Oh, hang on. That's not supposed to happen. Ah, there's people. Okay, go away. There we go. Don't mind the other people. Yeah. No,
They're the
we'll
ones we were
get-
talking about earlier, right?
Yeah, it's fine. So we'll get 360i next. So we'll drag in
Right.
360i. And there we go. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Can you hear us? Can you see us? Maybe.
Feels like a seance.
Possibly.
Well,
Follow
do we wanna
our
pop in
voice.
a guest build for a one of our non-attended people. fill in a few minutes while we wait for.
I heard a
Somebody
sound.
just made a noise.
I heard a sound.
What? What was that?
That was the sound of them.
Hello?
There we
Hello.
go. Hello.
All right.
Can you hear us?
I was
Good evening.
muted, sorry.
No, all good.
Good
all
evening.
good. Good evening. Yeah, no, thanks for jumping on. So if you want
Thanks for
to,
having me.
yeah, if you want to give
Ah,
us
our
a
pleasure.
little, who are you? What do you got?
Just
My
doesn't
name's
sound the
Josh.
same without the accent.
Sorry, I don't have one. Or not that one. I'm from Calgary, Alberta in Canada.
Canadian.
This was my second build.
Second.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
The goal was just to not use any filler and no sanding. Or as little
What?
sanding as I could.
Wow. Okay. Well, tell us more about your adventure then.
Yeah. So I started with just a bucket of blasters and I went through and saw what I could use. And then I just started cutting and gluing stuff together with acetone.
Hmm. And you were the only person to include a sandwich, a sandwich in their starting
It's a
picture.
real essential feature of the
Yeah.
build, really. Can you tell us more
Yes.
about that sandwich?
Sure. So as you posted the first initial post, I was having dinner, and that's the sandwich I had at the time.
So it was already on the plate and just
It was already on the plate. We had
Nice.
burgers, and I just put on the rest of the pickles.
Okay.
perfect.
All right.
So
So,
beneath
so you
that
were having
lettuce
burgers.
is a
So you
burger.
weren't just eating
Ah,
that. Okay.
that makes more
No.
sense.
There's a small patty in there somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, I feel a lot better. I mean, I don't know why, but that sandwich, and especially the one you posted later, just looked really good, and I don't know why. But knowing there's a burger in there makes me feel better.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's
So certainly one of the great mysteries of MERGEMASTERS this year.
yeah. And also mad respect for just taking the photo mid dinner. You're like, nope, there it is. Started. We're just going. We're just here we
Got
go.
priorities, man. You got to take some pictures. Just walk off with your dinner plate.
Yeah. So yeah, in your original post also says no plans, no forethought, and you're saying that you just kind of putting things together and acetoning them together.
Integration
Yep.
trust falls.
Yeah. How long did it take you to actually kind of realize what shape this was going to be?
Not long. I didn't have any blasters to choose from. That bucket's everything that I had to choose from.
Fair.
Oh, so it was that or nothing.
Yeah.
Ah, right on. So necessity was truly the mother of invention this time.
Yeah.
Basically.
So anything you see that looks like filler, that's just acetone and more plastic.
Ah, right
Um,
on.
So the blaster's pure ABS with the exception of the knuckle guard. That's a different plastic from one of the AccuStrike blasters.
Okay.
Nice. So that's a solid blaster. That's not going to crack for anything.
Oh yeah.
I don't think so.
It looks sturdy. How is it heavy? That's one thing I always feel like when I see the final pictures. It's like it looks
It looks solid.
It looks exactly
Like-
not like overly heavy, but just like it has it would have a nice weight to it.
It's lighter than a retaliator.
Really?
Complete retaliator or base retaliator?
Base.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah. Wow.
Still,
Does
that's
it-
not bad. You got like 30 blasters all cut into pieces and stuck
Yeah.
in there, so it's kind of it's
Yeah,
actually
no.
probably pretty good.
Yeah, no, it looks great. Yeah.
Just an impressive assortment of parts. I mean, that, like you said, that it was just kind of it was what you had, but all those pieces fit together really nice.
Oh yeah.
Like everybody has a home.
Yeah, because as soon as you got that first layer of paint down, it just looked like a solid blaster,
Oh, I just
like a single one, and it's just like, you'd have to really do the enhance to really try to hunt for those, and even then it's hard.
well, I seem to recall in one of the first streams when it had that first coat of paint, we actually had to go back in time to see. Wait, what was actually used here? Because you can't really determine the line of what one blaster is and is not.
Hmm. And you're saying that was just acetone fusing?
Just acetone and old ABS plastic.
Crazy.
Nice. It's becoming a much more common and popular choice instead of putty and things like that.
What's
Yeah,
your what's your method? How do you apply? Do you do it in how
I
do you
use
do
the long wooden Q-tips, so I won't use the cotton side, but I'll use the wooden side.
it?
And you can change the viscosity by changing the amount of acetone and how long it sits. So if you want something that's thicker, it'll have less acetone, or something thinner, you'll use more.
You just
Interesting.
kind of adjust the mixture as needed, depending on what you're building and what you want.
Yeah. And as it's curing, you can use like a metal spatula or something similar, and you can actually press it and shape it as well.
Nice.
Wait, so you can like shape it almost like a putty, like a
It's almost like shaping mud.
crazy. My mind is being blown. Okay, because when you're just saying every time you mentioned ABS slurry and acetone, I'm thinking a liquid, and I'm thinking that you just do it, but it's more like a clay, like a loose clay.
It's more like mud because
Mud.
you can have it really thin or you can have it thicker and slushy.
Interesting. That is. I am writing down stuff that I'm going to be using in the future, and I thank you for that. Because that.
Yeah.
That is. That is really, really good. Fair enough. And then there's no problem painting on it because it's just at the end of the day, it's just ABS once it
Plastic.
dries.
Yeah.
Yeah. So walk us through your painting.
So I started with truck bed liner. Part of
Nice.
it was I would sand less, so it gave it a matte finish or a sandblasted finish. And then I went over with a white, and I tried the Borderlands look. I'm not sure how happy I am with it, but it was fun.
Yeah, a little bit of cell
Looks
shaded.
good.
Yeah. That's what I was curious of. Did you? Yeah, because from what it looks like is it looks cell shaded, but I wanted to make sure that you actually that's the look you were going for.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, regardless, it came out real sharp.
Yeah. And it's a 4 half-length dart inline clip, which is nice. So it's functional, and it's just it's a great looking little blaster.
Yeah.
Do you, and then, so my next question is, the sandwich with pickles. Is that something you actually ate?
It is.
Okay. So you're a pickle guy.
I think so.
Yeah.
Like after a long day outside, there's nothing better than pickle juice. It's full of electrolytes.
you just grab a jar of pickle juice from the fridge and chug it.
Dump the pickles out and drink the juice.
No, you eat the pickles. Apparently, according
Eat
to
the
this
pickles,
sandwich.
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
You put all the pickles on a single sandwich, and yeah.
I will say I've gone back to pickles recently, and I think part of it is because of your build,
The pickle. Yeah.
and also they're on sale at Costco. But
Fair.
it is nice. I got some of those that are like in a little individual package, and they're just living out in the little fridge in the carport. And so I'm out wrenching on the car, and it's like, oh, I got the munchies. Just break open some pickles. Dogs like pickles, and so we'll sit down with the dogs and eat some pickles.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'm glad he gets in on the action.
Yeah, no, it's every time I open your build, I have like the phantom smell of pickles just from that first picture. And then the second picture reinforced it. So yours is the only blaster in the competition I can safely say that I can associate with a smell.
I can smell your
Glad.
blaster.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean that's the best. That's sense olfactory system links the best to memory, so it's not a bad thing. But how hard? I don't actually. Did you have a chronode in the shot?
It doesn't shoot very hard.
It doesn't. Okay.
Probably 50 feet per second.
Okay. But it's
But it
a
looks
nice.
good.
Yeah, it's a nice little holdout blaster. Let me get that actually.
Well, it's a sharp-looking plinker at the very least.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
So that'd be my next question: is are you thinking of making a holster for it or anything like that? 'Cause this looks like it needs a, it's gonna be a nice little sidearm, little tertiary.
No. It's just
No.
going to sit on the wall somewhere.
Okay, nice. Hey,
It'll do that.
I'll
pretty
finish
good.
it, and then if I build another, it'll be better.
fair.
Nice.
Yeah, you're always striving for getting, making a little bit better each time. So this is this
Yeah,
sitting
you always
next
learn
to
something each time.
this sitting next to the last year was Adam, right?
Yeah, that one's in
Yeah.
pieces. I need to
Okay.
finish it.
Oh, well, that's right. I forgot you made some changes. You
Yeah.
cut a section out of the middle or something.
Yeah, I
Trying to
cut in
remember.
half.
Yeah. But no, the loading looks really looks really smooth. I've seen a lot of inlines where it's just like it's such a pain to load the inline, but how you set it up is just nice. Works
Yeah,
well.
whose kid is that?
I don't remember.
Bump.
Is it just a Thingiverse find
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
or
Something.
something? Okay,
Just on printables.
But it
Right on.
works, and it's
that's pretty sharp how it works.
Yeah. See, and you're saying it's 50. It sounds like it hits harder, but yeah, I'll take your word for it. It's yeah, it's a nice little thing, nice little blaster.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. No. Well, do you want to give us a vote for me give us a little spiel. Vote for me.
It'd be nice if people voted for others. I think it'd be fun to have a bigger group in the MERGEMASTERS Winners channel.
Shh, you're not supposed to tell anybody about that secret channel.
Oh, sorry about that.
Wait, I didn't realize it was a secret.
It's a secret channel.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
It'd be fun to do I don't know, maybe a Christmas thing.
Christmas thing. All right.
We,
But yeah,
we may or
vote
may
for-
not be working on some things. How's that?
Oh yeah. But yeah, vote for Joshua's The Pickle.
The pickle.
The Pickle.
Yeah, excellent work.
Delicious.
Thanks for
And thanks
putting
for
this
stopping in.
together.
No, thanks for participating. As you know, it's everyone. It's just like as we said before, this wouldn't happen unless you guys made stuff and you made cool stuff. And you did last year. You made another great thing this year, and it's just it's good stuff. But yeah, thanks for jumping on.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
Enjoy your evenings.
You as well.
Hey, you too. And we'll see you around.
All right.
You gonna come up all the way?
Yeah. So,
there you go.
we still have his
don't fall off,
face
don't
in
fall off. There you go.
that one. That's my. Let me get rid of the whiteboard. Yeah. No, I thought it was cell shaded, but I wasn't 100% sure. And then the fact that he said it was cell shaded, I was like, yeah, it's nice, it's good. And then it's
Yeah,
used
no, I
tripod
like it.
liner,
It's
which we brought up last competition, and yeah. But yeah, you were saying.
it's just beautiful in its simplicity. Like it's so much crammed into such a small area.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good stuff. Yeah, and next up, we have Blaster at Arms. Let me get everything set up for him. And Mystic One forgot to mention the muzzle flash.
Oh,
He has
that's
a muzzle
right.
flash in his. All good. Let's see if I can switch us over. Whoa, we're not
All the
switching
more that's
over.
crammed into that small package.
There we go. And we go boop, doop. Okay. There we go. And now I have somebody set this all up. Blaster at Arms. All right. Yep. And so next up for tonight we have Blaster at Arms. Let's drag him in. Hello.
Hello. Looks like I made
Good
it to
evening.
the secret level.
You have made it to the secret level. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Excellent.
So I think he brought his own, really.
Exactly.
So
did.
was this a I do have to ask immediately: is this Maverick enough to be mandatory?
It is. It does qualify for a mandatory Maverick because there is part of a Maverick, and that is the only requirement to be
Yep.
a mandatory Maverick.
Excellent.
That's true.
So when is that going to be featured on the Foam After Dark?
I'm not sure because over the last week, people have mad dumped a bunch of Maverick stuff in our mandatory Maverick suggestion, and like I don't want to like throw clout over everything that everybody else has submitted, because it's like, oh, these are the people that we like. This is our audience. We've asked them for submissions. All of a sudden, what? We're going to tell them, oh, your submissions aren't good enough because one of the creators made something.
Yeah, you got to throw a little bit of
Get into the
clout.
queue, just
You
like
gotta throw a-
everybody else.
You got to throw a little bit of clout. You're not saying you're better than them, but
For those viewers who are not familiar, Blaster at Arms is one of the hosts of Foam After Dark. That's
yeah,
bots,
I mean,
bots and blasters.
should we have him introduce himself? Instead of
Might as
you?
well.
Yeah, you want to?
That,
I mean, I
that would
guess-
fit on
yeah.
theme.
Okay.
Good
so,
morning, Gorian. What do you got?
Blasted Arms. I co-host Foam After Dark every Monday night with my buddy Bots and Blasters. We stream Monday nights at 8 o'clock or 8:30 on YouTube and Twitch. So if you want to check us out there, like I guess shameless plug.
Shameless
but yeah,
plug.
in there we have this section called Mandatory Maverick where we don't get it every week because there's like not enough submissions. But yeah, like if you got a Maverick build out there, like throw it my way or throw it Bot's way or Like we,
Yeah.
Mavericks are still relevant.
Throw it
and-
both ways. Why not?
and it's crazy because like Mr. Peep and I were talking like before the stream started, and the reason behind the whole Maverick thing is because they're literally everywhere. I told him that there's a thrift store not far from me, and there was one day there was literally 6 Mavericks, and they were $1 each, and I just lined them all up and took a picture and shared it with my buddies. Like, hey, look, more Mavericks.
There will be a point that Mavericks will start becoming rarer because there's only so many Mavericks in the world.
I don't know. Around here, you can take a tree and find Mavericks.
Yeah, but it's like decades, right? Or at least a decade before
It's been
I think
decades
starts
since it came out.
Yeah, but they kept releasing it.
True.
And they made so many of them for so long. And everybody had one. And yeah, it's just and because they're so available and because they're so, as of course Captain Savior says, they're so ubiquitous, right? That the reason why we do the whole mandatory Maverick thing is to say, hey, look, go build something, paint something, do whatever. Like Gemini has those Mayfly kits, right? And,
Yeah.
And where it uses the Maverick, right?
Yeah.
It's like build a Mayfly kit. We will feature it. We don't care if it's the 1500th Mayfly kit. We've done like
Still counts.
right, still counts, right? And or really upskill yourself and build. What's the thing that they built up there in the Northwest where it's like they took a Vulcan and the deplorable, right?
Deplorable.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So like even that, because it uses like a Maverick grip and then like the Maverick sight or something like that on it or whatever, like, or typically I guess. But even that, right? That's a Maverick.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
But yes, this qualifies as a mandatory Maverick because all it's got to do is have part of a Maverick.
Part
Even
of
if
a
you
Maverick.
just took the Maverick grip and stuck it on something, it still qualifies. Because we just want to see somebody build stuff.
Fair enough. And
Well,
now
why don't you
you're
tell us about yours.
you're leading. It's not learn. It's show by doing, lead by, I don't know, words.
Lead by example or something.
Lead
I
by
guess?
example. Thank you. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I
So,
guess-
yeah. So what inspired
I
you?
guess that is kind of what this came down to, is that it's like we talk about them like every Monday practically for like almost 2 years now. I think we've been doing this segment for about a year and a half, and so it's like, okay, well, here we go. Now here's a mandatory Maverick, and yeah, it's just we got this Baron. There's a story behind how the Baron came into my possession, and that's funny for some other time. But yeah, I had a Baron, and of course I had a Maverick, because who doesn't have
You
a
always
Maverick?
do.
And as known, the grip for the Baron is less than optimal.
It's garbage. It's
And-
hot garbage.
I don't know if it's big enough to qualify for that. It doesn't hardly exist in the first place.
Yeah, right. Like the stumpy nub that they stuck on the end of the blaster and called a grip, right? But the Maverick has one of the general consensus. It's one of the greatest grips.
Agreed. It's very
of
comfy.
blasters. Yes, and so I was like, well, I'm going to take the Maverick and I'm going to stick it on Le Baron, and we'll see where it goes from there. And that was the plan I started with. One Maverick, one Baron. Let's see what we can make this thing do. They kind of look like some lines would line up, with some delicate cutting or whatever, and that.
I was kind of surprised at how well that fitted together.
Yeah.
You and me both, sir. You and me both.
Your delicate cutting with the handheld bandsaw, no less.
Okay, truth be told, like that was just bulk cutting. I was like, well, this is all going to be useless. So, like, let's start from here. Like, I don't need any of this.
No,
So we're just gonna cut it
you
off.
could have lied for us. Yeah, I cut everything with the handheld bandsaw. I'm just a surgeon with that.
Yeah, I'm surgical with this. Like, was it Lawrence Fishburne and a shotgun? I'm surgical with it.
Exactly.
But yeah, like it's and then of course, like there's this mad empty space in the front of there, and so that's where the quest of what to fill it with, and then conveniently I had a spare Maverick top slide that I didn't have
Crazy.
a pressing purpose for, conveniently, and so that got stuck in there, and that fit perfectly. And
Yeah.
then it left a gap in the front of it that just it just seems it seemed empty there with that front end being so low as it is.
Yeah.
And I just needed something to kind of flush in there with the barrels and kind of finish the front end of it. And the trigger part, and yeah, like you're showing the trigger part, and that's what's crazy is it took me quite a few tries to get the trigger mechanism to cooperate. A lot of broken pieces and re-gluing that back together, and to the point where there was
Pieces
like,
suck.
to the point there was practically no material left,
Ooh.
and like no fusible material. The gaps were just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I kept trying to stick things in there to reinforce it, and I had the end of a stirring stick for all the epoxy, and I was like, well, let me try this. And I stuck that in there, and I slathered epoxy. I should have taken pictures of the other side to show you how much epoxy is on there. Like, that thing is mostly epoxy at that point in time. But it works, and it does the triggering, and
No, yeah, that's all it needs to do is it needs to work. And and as
Well,
you
the other
mentioned,
thing is-
the front piece, that front piece looks so nice on it.
Well, yeah. What is the Night Finder barrel? Does that do anything? Is there like a little light in there, or
there
is it just
is
there
a
to look
light.
cool?
I did put the light in there, but I
Nice.
couldn't put the battery compartment in the grip. I cut the battery compartment out of the Night Finder, but I couldn't figure out how to fit it in the grip, and the only way it would fit, it was going to stick out further, and then that was actually going to put me out of the competition of this size, because as it fit in the box diagonally, and that was just barely. And the Night Finder grip, the best way I could figure out to put it in there, the battery compartment, was going to make it stick out an extra 3/8 of an inch or so, and that was just too close for me to say, okay, I can do that and put it in, and still fit within the design parameters.
Yeah, the smallest one. Which, I mean, good call, because there's only 3 people in mitigation, so all of you place. Congratulations. It's just who's fighting. You're all fighting for the gopher teeth, essentially.
Nice.
Well, and street cred,
Street
which
cred,
is
of course.
still has its own value.
Yes.
Well, my take on this is I've already won, and in fact, everybody that made it to the finish line won.
Oh,
Right? 'Cause
agreed.
That's the coolest thing about this is
Yeah.
just finishing is a win, regardless of any rewards or whatever like that. Just like getting it to the finish line, getting it complete is.
Well, you built your own
rewarding
trophy.
to itself.
Yeah, 100%. It's because
Yeah, in essence, I never considered that. Yeah, you build your own trophy, right?
it's how many people actually complete a blasters. As I look over my giant boxes of unfinished blasters, and
Don't
yeah, it's yeah, agreed. Everyone won, but you got
But right.
yeah,
But who wins better?
exactly. Who won the best? Who's the
wins the
best
most?
winner? Exactly.
And this was just a fun build. Like, I've never done a full integration where multiple blasters with paint and finish and everything like that. Like, I've glued some pieces together. Like, I glued a shell strike to a Delta Trooper barrel, and I've shoved the guts
Nice.
of one blaster into the inside of another blaster and kind of did some shell cutting and stuff to fix it. But I've never. And even that project is still sitting in a box unfinished because of frustration levels. But this was something I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do bare minimum, or I'm not bare minimum, but
Simple. You're gonna keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
keep it simple, keep it direct, keep it very focused in making the Maverick handle fit on the Baron, and then everything else from there is going to be a plus. And
Oh, yeah.
Well, you certainly wouldn't guess you were a first timer.
Well, I did put a lot of time into making sure that the glue was right because I actually intend on running this. This isn't going to be like a wall hanger. Like I actually want to
Nice.
use this. So
Nice,
like
nice.
I smashed it on the tabletop a few times to make sure that, it was going to hold. Um,
The
but
old
as
the
far as
old
the
per,
long,
Survive the rigors
percussive
of
maintenance
combat.
test. Yeah.
yes, yeah, it's gotta hold up, right?
Yeah. Now, what paint did you say? What paint you use? Because that paint looks really, really nice. Whatever.
That paint is really, really frustrating.
Ah.
I did mention the paint. It is Rust-Oleum metallic. I think it's royal blue.
Okay.
And my issue with it is that I thought I was going to get a shiny paint with metallic flecks.
Mm.
Yeah.
And what I actually got was blue glitter paint.
Oh, geez.
I don't know if you've ever used glitter paint, but it leaves like a
It's a nightmare.
sandpaper, very coarse sandpaper finish. It's very clumpy. It's very clunky. It's almost like
Weird.
bloody non-skid.
Yeah.
Um,
Ugh.
and the problem is that doesn't feel good on the hands. And the whole
No.
point of it was to make a Baron comfortable.
Yeah.
And
You made the grip better, so
Did the
at least
opposite.
you're in the right direction.
so I had to poly coat it. And
Ah, okay.
Hmm.
That's what that is.
it literally took a whole can of polyurethane spray paint to get it smooth enough
Yeah.
to be usable.
Use it.
Fill in around all your little flakes and glitters.
But it
Yes.
looks phenomenal. So your
Thank you.
blood, sweat, and tears that you put into that, and like several cans of paint. Is,
Well, honestly, the poly coat almost broke me
mm,
because when I was applying it, and I started, I had to apply it kind of thick, which if you know poly coat, there's a risk there.
yeah,
And
Mhm.
there's a couple coats where it milked up on me, and I thought
Ooh.
I have ruined this, right?
Mm.
And it didn't completely milk up, but in the pockets it started getting that milk color.
yeah.
And so I
Yeah.
set the can down and I walked away. And I'm like, I'm gonna come back in a couple hours, and I'm either gonna be content or I'm gonna be shattered as a human being.
Yeah.
I know that feeling quite well.
Just the last photo is just the thing on fire. It's like, well, it's done. Here we go.
Yeah. And I couldn't come up with a name the whole time.
Hmm.
In fact, that name only finally came through this last week, where I was like, man, I can't figure out what to call it. And the Night Baron
Night Baron.
is kind of what stuck. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it doubles as the kind of the typical portmanteau Nerf custom name, and it just sounds really cool on its own.
It
So
does. Yeah, but
Well, thank you.
yeah, it's excellent work, my dude. I swear this isn't your first one, just because it's so good. But if that's the story you're gonna stick by, we'll believe you. For now.
Well, I mean, I guess the gluing the shell strike to the Delta Trooper barrel was like a test, was a test piece. Because even that took a lot of cutting to get the lines to come out right, and even then they kind of came out a little bit wonky in some spots. But whatever.
but you learned.
Yeah, you
I did learn.
learned how to use that bandsaw.
Learn every time.
But yeah, if you want to give us a kind of a vote for me, a little spiel.
Yeah, like if you like Mavericks, which you should, and if you like Barons, which you do, vote for the best of both worlds. It's a Maverick and a Baron. There you go. The Night Baron.
Night Baron. Best
Perfect.
of both worlds.
All right.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, thanks
you,
for
gentlemen.
jumping
Beautiful
on,
blaster.
man.
Excellent work, and thanks for stopping in.
Thanks for hosting it again. This is great.
No problem. Thanks for participating.
Yep, we sure appreciate it.
Yeah. All right.
You have a good night.
Good
You
night.
too.
All right. Yeah, that is the Night Baron. And yeah, so we have some people that haven't signed
We're under 2
up.
hours still. We're only at
Yeah.
an hour and a half. We're doing really good.
Yeah, 'cause we're
I'm actually shocked.
I've set every time someone jumped in, I set a timer, and I'm like, everyone gets 15 minutes roughly. Yeah, so we made sure. But there were some great blasters, and I think we should go over at least because we know Mr. Peeps is not able to make any day. So I think we should go over not Mr. Peep. Mr. Peep was here.
I was gonna say we just saw him.
This is my problem of seeing the name and saying the name. It is Prickly, who is not Mr.
Oh
Peep.
yeah.
Prickly,
Yeah, let's drag the fictitious Prickly in here.
Yeah, Prickly is
Or
unable.
do we want to have somebody else like we did last year with
Oh, I figured we just do
crap.
it. He said
okay.
said we can be the hype people for it.
I don't know.
So-
Remember last year when we dragged somebody else in mistakenly to talk about somebody else's blaster?
Yeah. I mean, if someone does, they are more
Yeah,
than
let's-
welcome. But maybe I'll just quickly
Yeah,
drag up.
let's drag it up there and we'll take a look at it.
Yeah, let's see. Prickly is in compact, if I remember correctly.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's hard to keep all these things straight, and we've had several people move classes in the middle, and so it's really hard to keep the name straight with what class they're in and what they're building, and so it's not that we're unprepared. It's just that we had a lot going on, and it's
A lot of people.
lot.
A lot of
we're
people.
trying.
to
We're
remember.
doing
yeah.
our best.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just get rid of that one. There we go. Yeah,
Of course,
so we
this
have.
is, Prickly's Nerf mods.
Yeah,
With a dual stage, Maxim Pro.
bullpup.
It's just two blasters, in line, utilizing the flywheel cage, just sticking them together.
Which I always
Yeah,
think
and a
it's Gulliver class because it's a two-stage bullpup. Of course, it's going to be big. No, it's tiny.
no. Yeah, it's funny in the pictures. I'm not sure how big Prickly is, but as far as once he's got a few pictures where he's hugging into it, and it just kind of disappears.
Yeah,
And so you had to have a dual stage, full size, or I guess not full size, but a regular half-length blaster, bullpupped, and dual stage, and that kind of a little compact package. It's really, really nice.
it's really nice.
Tucks
yeah,
a good chunk of the blaster inside the long shot stock, and so that kind of uses a lot of the space there, and then gives you obviously the room for the battery compartment where the little mag holder used to be.
Yeah, and it's phenomenal.
Solenoid powered to boot.
Yeah, solenoid powered. It's out of Dart solenoid, but I can't believe out of Darts makes a good solenoid. I can tell by the wires.
You got to make your own.
Yeah, no, crazy. But it's a great little blaster. He was saying he wants to move. I remember when we were talking last stream, he had a little bit of issue with the spacing, but
Yeah.
once he gets that nailed, it's gonna be it's just a great. It could be a secondary, which it's a very hard hitting secondary, if it is, or it'd be a primary, and it works for whatever you want it to be, and it's just a nice little simple blaster. So what do you think his thoughts? Because we can't read his mind, but obviously he had the Maxim Pro. He had was that the regulator?
Yeah, regulator grip.
Regulator and the long shot. And he had all that nice little setup.
Technically two Maxims.
Two Maxims, but he only had one in the picture.
Well, I think that was one of those kind of a mid-project adjustment, which always happen.
Yeah. But yeah, then he just okay, that all fits together nicely. And then there's look
I'm
at all
amazed
the-
at how well the Maxim tucks into the long shot stock, though. It
tucks
just
in
basically
this-
disappears. And the thing
Yeah.
pretty much is just sunk up to its neck in long shot there.
Yeah, it's so nice. It's I don't think he had to do any cutting, or maybe it's a tiny bit of cutting to fit that in, but not too much.
Yeah, it looks like he shaved the little bit of the lip, but it doesn't look like he had to affect the integrity of the stock or anything.
Yeah.
Just kind of trimmed out the little lip on the edge a little bit and slid it on in there.
Yes, it works so well. And then he's like, "Well, look at all this extra room."
Yeah,
I'll
you
add
almost had
another-
to add the extra little
Yeah.
bit.
It would have been insulting not to. And yeah, it's just he has it in. Obviously, you have enough room for the solenoid or any pusher mechanism you wanted to use.
Mhm.
And yeah, it just kept going from there. It's great. It was and he really hammered this was it February 16th, right?
Yeah, he knocked
Which-
this one out in a hurry.
Yeah, he did this one real quick, and it was just it's good stuff. just put them all together. I remember because we asked about it. It was DevCon and everything. They just kind of slap it. He's securing it all together, and it looks sturdy as hell. So that's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
I love that. Yeah,
Well,
still
then 460 coats of primer.
oh yeah, I mean it's the Prickly Special. Now, if you listen to this Prickly, I love you. I'm not making fun of you, but you do a lot of primer. I understand it. I respect it because you can paint way better than I can. But
Well,
at
you gotta
some
make sure
yeah.
you're getting all those little scratches and all those little pinholes and everything else. And so now you got to do what you got to do.
Exactly, yeah. And then if your blaster is 90% paint, 10% blaster, you know, it works. If it works, and if it works, it works.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's all, yeah. And then he just kept putting them together. And this was, what I love about this is, right, okay, where were we? The 13th, right? Oh, this fits together. Oh, I should add the second stage. First coat of primer, the 16th. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, to be able to work that fast.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So it's
To
just
be able
like
to work half that fast.
mad props.
To be able to finish a project.
That's a weekend. He just like, you know what? I'm going to make a blaster. Oh, I'm going to change a huge part by adding a second stage, which anyone who's done 2-stage, alignment is a nightmare. And that's just like normal 2-stage. He took 2 separate blaster shells and put them together and had to align those, which he did beautifully. And
But
yeah,
it's like he's almost like just like a half a step back from Grim Reaper, who can build a complete integration in the time it takes me to mow the lawn.
exactly. but don't ask Grim to mow your lawn. It'll take him like 3 months. So, you know, it's give and take.
You know, I will accept that trade-off.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, more sanded, more putty, more stuff, and it doesn't look comfy in these pictures, but as we keep going down, it looks like it's perfectly molded to his hand. It's not. It's the stock blaster.
That's the fun part about integrations, is that you naturally tend to build whatever's comfortable for you, and you can look at it and say, well, this doesn't look like your cartoon or your typical, like, this is what a blaster should look like. You know, but if it fits you and it makes your hand happy, then
Exactly.
you know, everybody's shaped different. Everybody's got different hands, different, you know, body types and all that. And so, yeah, everything fits different, and that fits him pretty good.
That's fact of the day. Everyone has different hands.
Everybody's different.
Everyone's
No
different.
two people are not on fire.
Yeah, crazy. Not yet. Yeah, it's and the way he just tucked it, and it just looks, you know, it's a brace. It's not a stock technically, but
it's definitely like, I mean, it's still, I would say it's more effective than some of the stocks that Nerf has been adding to blasters lately. And especially for something like that, that's more of a kind of CQB, you know, dump and run kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
works for me.
Yeah,
I'd run it.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm hoping it would be a weird holster, but I would love to see this holstered.
That's almost something you could just put a sling mount on it and just have it riding in your armpit.
Oh, 100% you could put a sling mount on it, but it's small enough, and you would have to make some weird custom holster. I think it would look really cool just to de-holster that, right? And then, because everyone would be looking like, wait, what? What? Because you don't holster a bullpup, first of all. But you should.
Nobody's saying you can't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's him setting up everything. Another layer of primer. Another layer of primer.
Yeah, let's put this thing in paint.
Oh, it's been in paint. It's been in paint.
Well, so yeah, but I'm saying, like, as far as the audience watching, let's see it in its current status.
Oh, I see what you mean. I see. Yeah.
Keep looking at it in primer.
Yeah.
I think we've been looking at it in primer longer than the blaster itself was in primer.
Well, this is the other thing, right? I said the 13th. Oh, is it the 13th?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go back from the first thing. Yeah, 13th to the final photos, which is the 20th. That's 12 days. 12 days from concept to finish. And
That's pretty good. That's fully wired with custom internals, paint details, clear coat, and whatever else assembled
Yeah.
and testing.
yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
Nothing to sneeze at.
And then he even ran it in a war. He said so. Oh yeah,
Oh,
I forgot he has a B car on that.
Yeah.
Ah, so nice. I'm loving the hobby is adopting B cars more and more. Because it's just we're getting to the point now where not just springers, not just HPA, not everything is now has a nice chunk of accuracy. So it's not, oh, I want to go Springer or air, some sort of air powered, because I want that accuracy. It's like, no, you get that with the B car now too. Yes, the B car adds to the Springer, but now it adds to flywheels quite nicely as well. You don't get.
I would say modern flywheels with B car and stuff like that are way more accurate than even Springers were like 4 years ago, maybe.
Oh yeah.
You know, 5 tops, I would say.
I mean, I'm biased, and I know I'm biased, but I would even say certain modern flywheel setups with B cars are more accurate than Springers. Fight me. It is
Staying out of that one.
Yeah, it is just a long. You have to have a certain custom B cars. They are a bit longer, but you got to have the FPS because you're going to lower your FPS by like 20 or 30. But I've seen two-stage flywheel setups with B car, and it's just you put a laser dot on it, and the dart is within an inch of that laser dot, within a 30-foot, and it's just like. It's so nice. Yes, they're standing still. Obviously, if you're moving, then you're gonna have other variables going around. But you couldn't do that. 4 or 5 years ago. And now it's just like, here we go. We're shooting lasers. Yeah, it's
muzzle devices, any kind of muzzle mods of anything were not even a thing a couple years ago, and now we've gone through string scars, molded scars. We're into bearing scars now.
Yeah.
And what's next at this point?
Exactly. Some sort of some people have been talking about some sort of air pressure scar, where you'd use a certain air streams, but that's very expensive and wishful thinking. But so is bearing scars originally. So we will see.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
technology never rests.
Yeah.
Not even in our world.
Yeah. I also love the custom battery door Prickly did. So good.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. But yeah, it's that's Prickly. What is it? Oh yeah. Oh, I completely forgot. And this is bad on me for not reading.
Yeah, it's Select Fire.
It's Select Fire. It's full. Yeah. So it's Select Fire, and then on off for the Vault Meter. So vote for Prickly's Maxim Pro Bullpup 2-stage pocket blaster of Doom. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
all right.
Good stuff. Do we want to hammer out one more, or do we want to leave it there for the night?
I think we got time for one more.
Yeah, let's do one more. Who hasn't signed up yet? Let's look at the signups. By the way, if you're watching and you haven't signed up, please sign up.
Yeah, otherwise we won't get to talk to you, and we'll have to talk in your stead, and you're probably better at talking about your blaster than we are.
Yeah, because we, all right, so let's see. Let's go someone who hasn't signed up. Okay, everyone is Twisted signed up? Yes, he did. Twisted is signed up.
Gosh, I hope so.
Twisted has a lot of blasters to talk about.
I think it's just going to be the Twisted show one of these days.
Yeah. Do you bet on? Oh yeah, Surge hasn't signed up.
Oh, geez,
That's
man, come on.
Great blaster. I want to talk about that, but we're not going to pressure anyone. I'm gonna pressure you a little bit, Surge, but we'll talk about your blaster. But also, I'm gonna put this out there. If anyone decides to build it, oh, those guys did a horrible job. You can still sign up for Saturday and Sunday to talk about your blaster. Don't abuse that. don't go. I'm gonna get my blaster talked about twice. All right, let's do Better Call Surge. Oh yeah, because he did a full video, so I can even.
We just let the video do the talking.
This is on me. I forgot to get some audio set up, so we're going to really quickly get this audio on board. Don't mind me. So
This
we're
doesn't
gonna
count as technical difficulties. This
No,
is just
no.
a technical adjustment.
Yeah, technical.
We're actually doing really
adjust-
good this episode. I'm
Yeah.
quite pleased with how things are going.
Yeah, so we're gonna go here, and then I'm just going to add an audio source. Well, here we go. We can just add a full-on. I think I have a full browser source for Whiteboard. Let's see if this works. Nope. So we're just gonna add a audio source, application audio, and let me find this YouTube. I
Getting
can
there.
do this. Chrome, there it is.
This is magic in action.
Yeah, now hopefully this works. Yeah, I like where that is. And let's see, here we go.
A nice stock maxim right there.
Yep, here we go. And music is playing.
Oh. It's a nice picture. Nice. This is perfect.
Love those wheels. That aren't wheels.
And the motors that aren't either. Deception.
Deception.
Them are sure some quiet flywheels.
Joke's on you, all this music is DMCA. I don't know if it is.
Well, I can't hear anything on my end, so I'll take your word for it.
It's just like a nice calming.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna use my imagination and play some nice nature sounds or something nice.
Yeah. I'm hoping everyone can hear this music.
Hear the music, let us know.
And now we're doing wind and stuff. Hey, Captain Shotgun. Hey, we're just watching Better Call Surge's little video.
I can hear birds singing, but I think that's at my house.
Yeah. It is
Okay.
outside.
The robins are out.
You can hear it. Yeah, people can hear it. We're good.
Oh, I thought you meant you could hear my birds. I was like, they're not that loud.
Ding. Oh, I made the ding sound hit. I'll just narrate the sound. It's pretty accurate though if he was able to hit it.
Wait, so you're doing audible subtitles?
Yeah, audible, kinda. Ding. There you go.
Bastard Arm says birds are at the park. I'll be right back. I don't know, man. I got birds singing too. Maybe they're talking to each other. That seems like a bird kind of thing to do.
Yeah. Right. But yeah.
Sorry, false alarm, Proppy. We'll go play later.
There we go. Well,
That was a
yeah.
nice little video.
Nice little video.
I like to see videos like that from everybody. That's just a nice little,
Video.
concise little package that says everything you need to, and
Well,
that's real nice.
Here's the thing about those videos is, those videos help everyone. Yeah, Better Call Surge. So, for those who didn't spot it, he has fake flywheels. That are 3D printed. He has in a fake flywheel cage with fake motors. And it was a flywheel blaster, the Maxim.
Fake wires.
Fake wires. Everything's fake. Real fake doors. He does have a real fake door. He has a fake battery door as well, which is just
I don't know if it's fake. It's probably the original real one.
yeah. Yeah, well, it doesn't doesn't do anything. But it's such a he's in the compact class, and it's such a good it's such a fun design. As much as I love flywheels, and I do. I really love flywheels. And so yes, a part of me this hurts. But the reverse stealth factor of this is a flywheel blaster. No, it's not. Just it tickles me. It makes me happy.
Well, it's a subversive integration. You look at it and you go, no, it's not. But you look twice or 3 times, and you go, oh, wait a minute, there is something wrong. But at first glance, you take that to a war, and you're not going to instantly say, oh, sweet integration. You're going to say, what's that?
Yeah.
What's so special about that thing?
Yeah, because it looks I'm going to scroll back to the end. But it just looks like a single blaster at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks like that should always be there.
Looks
the handle
correct.
should be there, and it's just right out of the box. And it is a good looking handle. It's good looking, and he fused it together so nicely. And yeah, it's just a great thing, and it's I know
not what I was expecting for this competition.
100%.
We'll say
not
that.
what I was expecting either.
But I'm glad it showed up.
And yeah, he just went from. I just want to know, did he have that idea in the beginning? Was he like, I'm gonna make this the Maxim with the knockout handle because I like the knockout handle, or was this like, aha, it's like evil hands rubbing together? I know what I'm doing.
Looks like that was the plan. There's no other parties present in the opening photo there.
Yeah. Well, I was saying it's like it could have just been the knockout handle on top, and replacing the Maxim handle. So I'm not a big fan of the Maxim handle, to be honest.
It's serviceable. It's not
serviceable.
offensive.
But the
It doesn't
knockout
turn me
handle
on or anything. But it's just
knockout
like,
hand, yeah.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, but
Excuse
knockout
me.
handle is so much comfortable. Oh, he is in chat. I mean, if you yes, Surge. I assume Surge is foam dart marksman. I mean, you are more than welcome to jump in and talk if you're able to. If not, I do have questions. As I said, was this the plan from the beginning, or was
if you're available, jump into the waiting room, and we'll drag you in.
But yeah,
Work you over a little bit.
But if you're not and you just want to type in chat, was this the plan from the beginning? And do you want to, was it like you had the blasters and then you kind of fit stuff together? I need to know.
And what drove you to this madness in the first place?
Yeah. Were you visited by some eldritch creature that convinced you to make the flywheel blaster a spring-powered one? Let us know your deep dark secrets.
About the blaster, don't go any further than that,
Oh, yeah.
please. Not on this show.
But yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. And my other question.
Clean work too. No evidence of integration. There's no finish work. There's no paint job or anything like that. It's just everything was just tucked in. Looks like there's a little touch-up paint, at the joint, but not so much that you'd even notice.
Yeah, 100%.
So that in itself, not showing your work almost is impressive.
Yeah, it's super clean. Because it's just like, there's that outline, and it's just so it's such clean cuts, such it's good.
It feels very much like a passion project.
It does.
Like this wasn't something that was casually thrown together. There's love in the implementation of what happened here.
Yeah.
And that's fun.
Exactly. Yeah. 100%. I do have to ask, and I will maybe you're busy, maybe you're not in chat, maybe you're unable to respond, all good. I want the files for your fake flywheels. and your fake motors, because chaos can be had with that. And it'd be funny. No, it's all good. I figured maybe he's busy. Maybe he can't.
We're not going to force anybody in here.
No. Yeah, some people don't want to talk. Some people can't talk.
I totally understand that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be talking either.
Yeah, that's all good. But yeah, as on the video says, let me throw that back up here. Vote for the max out. Better Call Surge compact class.
Whoa! I just realized that's a portmanteau name too.
Out,
Maximum
yeah.
knockout.
Yeah.
Oh, I just knew like max out was like to max something out. Like a credit card or things like that.
Yeah.
I did not read through it or read into it further than that. So we got two portmanteaus to this in this competition.
Yeah, it all
Nice
works.
Keep traditions alive.
Yeah, it works together, and it's with also the clarity. Oh, he's in chat for questions.
Oh, in chat. Oh, cool.
Yes. So the madness that was making a flywheel blaster a Springer, was that the plan from the beginning, or was that something you thought as you were building? We'll have to have a stream delay and stuff, but that's all good. As your secrets will be revealed. Yeah. It's also, those cuts are just so clean. So I'm guessing...
no stray saw marks or anything like that, or no filing marks, or even it was almost like he cut it long and then whittled it down with a X-Acto knife or something like that, just so there's just very minimal contact with the surrounding plastic.
Yeah, because most of those that clear plastic, it shows cut marks so easily.
Oh yeah, or any kind of stress, like even if you're using some kind of nips for cutting plastic, it always whitens out everywhere. So yeah, what magic was used?
Magic. Yeah. But also typing.
Hopefully the good kind.
Hopefully. Sometimes you can use a little bit the bad kind. It's all in moderation. Yeah. Balance. Oh, we had another. See someone else.
Sleeper inspired to the max.
Sleeper inspired for the max. Okay.
That works.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and then so the other question is just what are your cutting utensils? What are your secrets?
How was this done? We know why now. But what methods?
Yeah, because I see a scissor and a screwdriver and tools.
And I don't like the sound of either of those for cutting things.
But if he could use a scissor and a screwdriver to cut that, the dude's like magical.
Okay, so I'm gonna die on that magic hill apparently.
Yeah.
And then what was used to bond everything together? So there's no glue residue or anything like that.
Yeah, he says he's glued.
Yeah, but like,
what glue did you use? Parts on beacon, rival knockout. I'm reading. I'm doing the reading thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
See, barrel plunger tube. Now the thing about what adhesive. Reveal to us your secrets. Cutting utensils and adhesive. We need to know. We need to know.
Maybe that's a secret.
Yeah. I mean, it can be. No one has to reveal their secrets. You could say, it's a secret thing I discovered, or whatever.
Or it's just none of our business.
Yeah.
That's a perfectly valid answer.
Yeah.
Kind of a rude one, but...
Hey, some people,
Not saying you can't say it.
some people have to keep their secrets, which is fine. He might be gone again. It's all good.
Yeah, that's fine. People got stuff going on. I can respect that.
People have stuff going on.
You can always catch up to them later.
So we'll jump back into this.
All right.
And
Yeah, well, we've officially hit our 2-hour mark and drove over it a little bit. So
yeah, and we hit, what was that? So that was 7 people today of the. So that's a nice chunk.
Yeah, it sets us pretty good for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah.
Gives us a little bit of wiggle room to get off topic in a few spots, which will undoubtedly happen.
Yeah. We'll try to maintain on topic a little bit more, but that's all good. So for tomorrow we have Wizard Builds, Gale Wolf, Twisted Mods, Lightning Eagle, and Blaster Show. And
we're probably going to take about 2.5 hours because he's got 3 builds to talk about.
Yeah, so
an unprecedented number in this competition.
Yeah, so for Twisted Mods, so we're transparent with everyone, because he has 3 builds, we will be giving him more time than the 15 minutes that we've been roughly holding everyone to.
But not necessarily 15 minutes per, but we'll see how it goes.
Exactly.
It's very loose what we're doing here. So
yeah, we're figuring it out as we go along. And so that will also be at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And other things to reiterate, voting happens Sunday, and voting will last 10 days roughly. It will go through.
No, it's to the 12th.
Yeah, to the 12th.
Right.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah,
you have this written down.
No, I don't. I'm just going from memory.
Well, better than mine.
Yeah, all good. And so it's going to go through Maryland Mayhem. So if you go to Maryland Mayhem, tell people to vote. We have.
And we'll be doing the same thing.
Yeah, we have Evans. Evan Williams is going to be there, and he's going to have a little bit. Oh, Better Call Surge is in chat.
What? Well,
I will. We'll give it. Let me.
He's close enough.
Let's drag him right in.
Door,
Let's go drag him right in.
Get on in here. Good evening.
Yo. Oh, he left.
Never mind.
He didn't want to talk. That's fine. It's all good. No worries.
I've stepped into the wrong office before too.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
All good. But yeah.
Well.
So ask people to vote. This is the best time to advertise MERGEMASTERS, especially for next year, because people like to vote on stuff, and then it's really simple. They see 3 things that they like. It will send them to the voting page. We'll send them to Discord for more information, but that's fine. That's also how we get more people. That's all good. And then just to kind of reiterate, the voting will go for 10 days, and then we'll have that stream on I have to look up the schedule again. MERGEMASTER schedule, and then in 23 days we will have the award ceremony on the 25th.
That's right.
Of
It'll
May.
give us a couple of days to kind of tally the votes and get that all organized and get everything done on the back end of the streaming part of things. So, voting for about 10 days. Give us a few minutes to package everything nicely, and then we'll see you on the 20 thing you just said.
Yeah, the 25th will be the voting, but
there we are.
Until then, I don't know if it's going on with Surge. Surge, if you hear us, you're more than welcome to jump in tomorrow, which you've signed up for. Cool.
Oh.
So he'll be here tomorrow. That's all good.
Hey, perfect. Works for me.
Yeah. So no worries. Yeah, but Any closing thoughts? Awesome blasters
Well,
tonight.
Yeah, not a whole lot. I mean, all we got to do is basically say thanks everybody for showing up, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow again, same time.
See you tomorrow.
All right.